So there is a hell of a lot to explore, find, and unlock in Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, and although I thought this game would actually be very straightforward, it's actually super easy to overlook and even miss out entirely on certain items in this game if you aren't looking in the right direction. So today I wanted to go over 5 or 6 items, skills, or mechanics that you don't want to miss in Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Now, pretty much all of these are available very early in the game. These are all what I would consider to be early unlocks. I will probably do a follow-up to this video with some more like late game unlocks, but this is essentially for any of you guys who are still very early on in the game. Now, the 3 that I've got here at the very start are all actually skills. They're not necessarily things that you can miss out on because they are just part of the skill tree. However, they are definitely things you want to focus on early rather than leaving them to later on in the game, as these are, at least for me, some of the skills that are definitely going to improve your gameplay drastically compared to a lot of the others. Now, the first one is probably a little bit obvious to some of you, although, like I said, some people are probably going to overlook this stuff, and this one is the well prepared skill. Now, this one unlocks the 4th weapon slot in your weapon wheel, which as you progress through the game is going to become very, very important, because the more weapons you can carry, it obviously means there are more ways for you to engage in different encounters rather than needing to rely on the same weapon over and over. This one is found in the warrior skill tree. It is very early to unlock. You can actually get this within the first probably hour or 2 of playing, and so I would definitely recommend spending some skill points to get this as early as you can. Now, the next one is probably a little bit easier to miss. This one is in the hunter tree, and this one is called Light-Footed Hunter 2. What this will do is actually remove all noise from running, meaning that you can actually stay stealthy even while sprinting, which is absolutely absurd. You can pretty much sprint up behind enemies and they will have zero idea that you're behind them. And if you guys have taken out any outposts in this game, you will know how important stealth is in Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. The Light-Footed Hunter 1 perk actually does pretty much the same thing, but it's just for crouching. However, this one is obviously a massive level up because you can do this while sprinting, meaning you're going to be a hell of a lot quicker. So definitely do not sleep on this one. I would get this unlocked as early as you can because it will help a hell of a lot with pretty much all of the main story, and especially with those outposts. Now, the 3rd and final skill in the skill tree here is called the Flying Takedown skill, and this one is found in the Rider skill tree. You will obviously have to have unlocked your Ikran, so if you haven't got to that point in the story, just keep on playing, and once you have found your Ikran, you will then be able to unlock this skill. Now, what this one is going to do is it actually allows you to take down flying enemies on your Ikran. If you're at that point in the game and you have fought any of the helicopters that the RDA use, you'll know that they can be very, very difficult depending on the difficulty you're playing on. However, with this skill, they become essentially fodder. So I would definitely recommend getting this as early as you can, and especially later on in the game, this one is very, very useful. So make sure you're not missing out on this skill. Now, next on the list, we have one that I'm sure a lot of you are going to be thinking, what the hell, how have you possibly put this in here? It is the most obvious thing you'll ever see. Well, I actually missed this for 3 to 4 hours after I actually unlocked it, and so I thought I would throw this in here just in case any of you guys missed this as well. This one is the shotgun, and yes, you can indeed miss this item, which is absolutely insane to me. This is one of the few weapons in this game that we're able to unlock through the story, and for me, I actually completely missed it. Now, the reason I missed it was because I finished the outpost that you are required to beat in order to get it, and then I actually ended my session there, logged off, and then when I got on the next time, I wasn't in the exact same location, which was the loot room at the end of that outpost. So what I will say is, once you've beaten your first outpost that is part of the main storyline, definitely check the loot room. That mission, I believe, is called the Eye of Awa mission, and like I said, if you actually just don't go in there, you will miss one of the very few unlockable weapons in this game. And like I said, for myself, I played probably 4 to 5 hours or so after that mission had been finished and still didn't have my shotgun. So do not miss out on that. It is a very, very solid weapon, but also it's just one of the few things we can unlock in terms of weapons. Now, something else that is definitely very easy to miss in this game, and you can get it very early on, is the hidden challenge system that is available in this game. To find this, all you need to do is go to the home tree. You want to head up the ramp on the right as you sort of enter the tree, and that will take you up to the 2nd level. You then want to head over to the left there and out of that pathway that will lead you outside. If you've done any of the main mission, you will know that if you keep wrapping around the tree, you'll get to essentially the top of the home tree. It's not the actual top, but it's just the top in terms of the inside of the tree. However, instead of going that way, you want to just turn to your left, and as you can see, there will be some characters here with a cutscene, and then from here they will give you items that are purchasable with only a new type of currency, and the only way to earn that currency is by doing these daily and weekly challenges. Like I said, this is something that is very early on in the game, and I think a lot of people are going to miss this. It gives you some pretty cool rewards, as well as the challenges are also kind of fun, and they're also fairly easy as well, so you don't want to miss out on this. It is a great way to get some extra cosmetics, so be sure to go and check it out. Now, lastly, we have one that I think a lot of people are also going to overlook, and I know I did this early, and these ones are the Ancestor Skills. This is kind of part of the skill tree, but it's almost in its own little area of the skill tree. And initially I kind of thought that these would be hard to find. They're not unlockable through skill points. You have to actually go and find the specific plants that will give you these Ancestor Skills. Like I said, I thought they would be hard to find, but you can actually just literally ping them on the map from pretty much the start of the game. Any of these big sort of pink markers that you can see on the map, these are the Ancestor Skills, and genuinely all you need to do is go to that location, connect with the plant, and it will give you that skill. So do not miss out on these. They're all very easy to unlock. There are sometimes a few like puzzles, I guess, not quite puzzles, but you've got to kind of find your way to the plant, which can be a little bit challenging at times, but most of them are very, very easy, and they really do add to your overall strength and kind of just give you a few new mechanics that are very helpful throughout the game. But anyway, guys, that is it for some of the best early unlocks that you do not want to miss in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Hopefully this helped some of you guys out, and if it did, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. There is plenty more Avatar content on the way. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.